Okay, here we are again with our dear friends, beautiful, gorgeous Leo. Leo, how are you, Leo? Let's see what we got as a general reading for Leo for the end of October. Isn't it crazy how we're almost smelling Christmas in the air? My God, my God. So Leo, brand new cards. I just initialized them and I love them. I really love them. Yeah, let me show you. Look at this. Look at this. Look how beautiful these cards are. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, Leo, let's see what kind of week you're having. Of course, it's a general reading. I'm not focused on anyone in particular. If you want your own reading, personal, the address is at the bottom left. We're very busy right now. I mean, it's all booked until beginning of November. I think the first available days are around the 6th or the 7th. You know, we must be doing something, right? I'm helping a lot of people. I'm helping out as much as I can, not just with tarots, but counseling. I do all kinds of. It's almost as it's not conventional psychology. It's not religion. It's in the middle. Actually, it's not even close to the religion. But of course, religion is elementary school of spirituality. So it is a spiritual counseling, but from the psychological standpoint. You might not believe this, and of course I'm not mentioning any names, but I actually have a relationship with two psychologists, one from here, one from a different region, man and a woman, and they book a session every 3 months, and we have a nice chat. Because, you know, the one thing they always say is, we help so many people, but where does the psychologist go when they need a psychologist? So they will go to another psychologist, of course, because it's at their level. But I am more of a spiritual psychologist. So I give them sides that they're not going to find in any Freudian teachings or books. Instinct, gut feeling, knowledge, from wisdom, from self, of course. So they really like that because it's not very far from conventional psychology, but it gives you the spiritual twist, which they really know they miss because they know that there is more to life and to mankind, to existence, than just a skull, a brain, and a physical body. They know that, but they cannot put their finger on it. So they really like to talk about, you know, stretching their knowledge a little bit. So I remember the woman psychologist, the first time we had a session, she felt she said, Marco, I help so many people, but my life is so simple, so void of happiness, so basic. And I says, for God's sakes, I says, I'm looking at your walls behind you from the camera. I says, can you just move the camera and show me the phone? What? Oh my God, what is this? I says, your office is all white, like, but not only white, like bleach white. I says, do you have any flowers, paintings, or no? She says, I like it simple. I like it simple. I says, if I worked in an office like that, I would go bananas. I would go crazy. I said, put some flowers, put some colors, put some texture on the walls. And so she did. And she said, Marco, I feel so much better. She showed me. It was gorgeous. And just a little bit of colors, a little bit of red, a little bit of gold, a little bit of, not gold, but, you know, that orangey gold, you know. I says, bring it up a little bit. How can you work in an environment like that? Anyways, it's like I said, sometimes we don't see our own, you know. All right. General reading. Present. Last 3 months, next 3 months. This card here and the 3 cards following it are the most important cards in the reading simply because they dictate, they kind of set the pace, the theme. So usually if this card is negative, hopefully not. The entire reading, and vice versa, if it's positive, it doesn't matter what we got. Are you ready, Leo? What's this? The Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, they made the text really, really small. The Queen of Pentacles is a very good card. Of course, being Pentacles has to do primarily with money. So you're in control of your money. You're making money. You know where it's going. You're in control of your finances. You're in control of your assets. But not only that, she's also a very good queen. She's generous. She's wise. She's studied. She knows what she's doing. Of course, the emphasis is on money. Of course, it's the Queen of Pentacles, but it's not just to do with money. It's with wisdom, general wisdom in general. Followed by the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is an extremely powerful ace. Again, it has to do with material things. Maybe you're buying a house, an apartment, a car. You invest in money. You open in a business. It's something material. And it is a very good card because the ace is straight up. It has some kind of a crowning tip, usually there is a crown on top. But it's basically a victory card. It's a card of achievement. It's a card of knowing what you want and how to get it. This is also the card of someone who decides to get in shape, literally join a gym and put some muscle on. This is the card of someone who decides, you know what? I'm going to start eating good and take care of my body. This is the card of bodybuilders, the card of someone who's decided, I'm going to get in shape. I, for instance, as a Leo, I'm not getting any younger. Even Leos get older, believe it or not. So I decided to do a carnivore diet. And basically, you eat as much as you want without overfilling yourself, but you only eat meat-based, so meat, milk, butter, bacon, and eggs. And it's supposed to do miracles. And I've already seen, I already lost 7 pounds in 10 days. You sleep better. Your digestion is 100%. Your eyes clear out. Anyways, I've been reading a lot about it on YouTube. I've been watching a lot of videos, and it's magical. So I want to lose 50 pounds. So you're going to see me getting skinnier now. I'm not too heavy. I'm 220. I'm 6 foot tall. But, I'm 64 now. I had knee operation, and I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to be the way I was before, Anyways, in other words, this card fits the purpose because I decided to take care of my body 100%. Then, the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Swords, followed by the soulmate card. Beautiful. Okay. So we already said what this is. This is also physical attraction. Anything to do with physicality, okay? Body, physical, material, okay? Very good card. And the ace is followed by the 10. So in other words, it's like the full spectrum, which means you will achieve whatever you want to achieve. This is the card of achievement. The 10 of Wands is the card of achievement, the card of getting exactly what you want when it comes to the material side. So if you set a goal, let's say to lose weight, to gain muscle, to buy a house, to invest money, to whatever it is, you will achieve it. The 8 of Swords is making things up in your mind which are not actually there. In other words, you might be putting obstacles, Leo, in front of you, which do not really exist. In other words, you are imagining certain things, but they're not really there. Maybe you're worried about something which you should not be worried about. So think about that. followed by the Six of Cups, which is contractual soulmates. So you might have something to do with a soulmate, contractual. You might have met them when you were children, or you might have met them 500 years ago in another lifetime. But they're back into your life. Congratulations. Now, so the overall theme of the read is basically you're taking care of business, and a soulmate is in your life. Taking care of business means taking care of your health, your body, your finances, your work, and so on and so forth. So the physical side, taking care of it. The last 3 months. The Three of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so you're waiting for something. You want to almost take a chance, but you're waiting for something. So, okay, I'm going to do this. I don't know, I'm going to buy another house. I'm going to buy a bigger house, or I'm going to expand my business, or I'm going to finally get on that trip that I wanted to. It's almost like you're ready. See, you're looking outside of the window, ready to go, but you're still on the inside of the walls, meaning on the wall, meaning there's something holding you back. There's something kind of preventing you from taking the jump and, going straight into it. Now, you are receiving some kind of an offer, financial offer, but you're also receiving a large sum of money, which is going to open doors. This is an unexpected sum of money, and it's big. It could be an inheritance. It could be a win. It could be a huge profit. It could be an investment. Perhaps you bought some stocks and now they're worth 10 times that much. And this is a financial perspective or an offer. Someone wants to buy something from you. Someone wants to sell you something, or a partnership. It is an advancement. The only thing with the Knight of Pentacles is that there is a portion of it they're not telling you the full story. In other words, do not be attracted by the appearance, meaning, oh, this looks really good. Oh, wow, you want to buy my house? Yeah, okay. Or you want to buy my car? Why are you offering me so much money? Yeah, whatever. You think in your mind. There's something they're not telling you. You have to truly, truly read the fine print 3 times before you sign on the dollar line. So be careful for hidden clauses in the offer or whatever this person wants to propose. But you are going to receive, and this got nothing to do with that, you're going to receive a large sum amount of money, unexpected or like out of the blue. Okay? Let's look at the present. The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is taking a risk, taking a chance with good results. When you take any sort of risk, there's always risk associated. It's inherent, but you know what you're doing. And you are sailing towards calmer, wiser, better, healthier, richer waters. So this is the card of someone who's taking a chance to traverse the lake, the river, the sea. There is risk associated, as I said, but you know that you're going to be better off on the other side of the pond. So this is what you're doing. Taking a risk, knowing that you are going to be better off. Okay? And it could be love, it could be money, it could be work, it could be anything. So now we're going to make 3 lines. Oh, definitely starting something new. So you're missing someone. You're wishing for something. Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God. Soulmate again. So you're missing your soulmate. You're missing your happy family. Page of Wands, there is some kind of message you're receiving. Oops, sorry. And here we have the Page of Cups. Yeah, you're receiving a love message. Oops, sorry. And the Empress. Okay. I saw the card, so I'm going to shuffle it again. The Empress, beautiful card. Oops, the brand new card. Sorry about that, guys. And we have the King of Wands, the Leo. This is Leo, certified Leo, 100%. Look at this. He really knows what he's doing. Oh my God. You don't want to screw with this guy. Okay. So Leo, basically what we have here, you have a soulmate around you. As I said at the beginning, but you guys, I don't think you're together. I think you're missing them, and perhaps they're missing you. Perhaps with this person, you're dreaming of a happy family. You're dreaming of children, the castle, and everything else. This union is very lucky, very fortunate. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the middle. I don't believe you're together though right now. You're getting messages, you're getting hints, you're getting perhaps people talking about you guys. But I can see that you're even wishing, you're expressing a wish. But in the end, Leo, so you're getting messages, you're getting offers, you're really good on your own as well. So you're not suffering. You're not suffering, meaning you know how to look after yourself. I mean, how can you not know how to look after yourself? Come on, Leo. Plus, you know how to look after yourself. But in the meantime, you could be a little bit happier from the love standpoint. But it looks like the cycle will restart because you see, this is a wheel. So perhaps right now you're missing that. Yes, you see right there? Like you're really missing that. And you're wishing for them to come back, for this relationship to be revived, whatever you like. This is your dream right there, the happy family. But with the Wheel of Fortune, it's a reboot. It's a redo. So you will be together again. There's no question about that. So right now you're wishing and missing, and you're even missing them physically. You see, that's the physical card. But you're gonna be back together. You see that? You see that? The Wheel of Fortune. So in the meantime, you get offers, you get communication, you get a hint here and there. But in the end, Leo, with this card at the very center of it all, the very end of it, it tells me that you truly know what you're doing and you have things under control. The next 3 months. The next 3 months, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Wands. You could not have ended any better than this. The Knight of Swords is positive message coming towards you, and it's an ideological message, a disclosure, a secret. You might be given a secret, and it's going to really change you. The Four of Pentacles tells you you're being wise financially with your future. In other words, you learn the hard way, Leo. And you don't want to find yourself scrambling for money or being caught unprepared. See, when you prepare yourself wisely, you never know. I had I had opportunities or even instances. This one good friend of mine, a doctor, one time she said, Marco, I'm moving back to Egypt. It's kind of a family emergency. I need to sell my car right away. So I put it on loud. Oh, she says, Marco, I'm literally leaving tomorrow. Well, I says, what do you want me to do? She says, do you want to buy it? I says, I don't need it. Why would I want to buy it? Marco, just make me any offer. It doesn't matter. I says, no. I says, I don't want to offend you. I says, Marco, really, I have to go. I'm just going to send the papers over to you. Make him any offer. He says, no. I says, you tell me. He says, you tell me how much would you want? Just, can you give me $2,000? $2,000. He says, your car is worth at least 25. It doesn't matter, Marco. I got money back home in Egypt. I cannot take it with me. Just give me $2,000. So I knew her very, very well. She's, no problem. So we signed the papers in no time at all. Anyways, I got the car, put it in front of my office. I sold for $23,000, not even a week later. Are you kidding me? So you see, you want to have money on the side in case something like that happens. And it will, So don't be caught unprepared, Now, this is a beautiful card. This is the card of marriage. This is the card of tying the knot. This is also the card of 1111. Look at this. You might get engaged. You might get married. You might make some kind of partnership really, really, really good. This is a really good partnership, mostly to do with love. But it could also be a work partnership or a really, really amazing friendship. But 99% of the times it has to do with marriage and engagement, okay? So Leo, it's a wonderful card. I mean, it's a wonderful reading. You are not with your soulmate. You're missing them. I can see that. You're wishing. You're trying to manifest. But I can see that the wheel of fortune is in the middle. So there's definitely a return. What goes around comes around, right? And overall, I see you in control of the situation. And I see that your future looks super bright from the love standpoint, from the financial standpoint. Lucky. Leo, it doesn't get any better than that. Okay? Now, let's pull 3 final cards. And then some messages, and then we're done. I tell you what you might be dealing with. So here we have Cancer, Taurus, Sagittarius. Leo is you, of course. Gemini, Scorpio, Aries, and Aquarius. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Final messages and/or obstacles. So here we have the Emperor. The Emperor is an Aries card. It's the card of wisdom. It's the card of you know exactly what you want and how to get it. The Moon is a Cancer card, and the Cancer card says, make sure when you go to sleep at night, you set the next day for what you want to achieve. Don't ever fall asleep with negative thoughts in your mind, ever. And then we have the Four of Cups, which is basically this card right here. You're missing someone. And no matter how many offers or other people might approach you, you're stuck. And you say, no, I want my soulmate or nothing. So the determination, which will pay off. Now, love message, universal love message. Aren't this there? It's beautiful. I know these are the ordinary. Everybody uses the weight, but aren't these beautiful? They're Italian. They're gorgeous. Well, come on, everything Italian is good. Give me a break. New love. So you got new love coming in and getting to know each other. So it looks like you're meeting someone and you're going to get to know each other. Okay? Beautiful. Let's see if there's any messages from anyone or from the Oracle. And then we're going to pull a yes or no coin, Leo, and then it's going to be it. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? What are you waiting for God's sakes? Right there. It's free. But it really, really helps. Really helps. I'm not joking. Like, it really helps. Thank you. Thank you so much. And also, if you like the video, The faster the channel grows, the more I can offer. I want to do lives. I want to do Q&As. We got two. Oh, this card is already upside down. Okay. Intuition. You already know the answer you seek. Tell me something I don't know. Unavailable. This person is unable to give all you deserve. So there is someone who is unable to give you what you deserve. So let him go. Just don't waste your time. You deserve that and 10 times more, Leo. So if anyone, look, Leo, we give everything, right? We really take care of our person. Like, we really take care of our person. Whomever is in a relationship with Leo, they don't have to worry about anything. You protect them, you feed them, you care for them, but it's not just about the soft side of Leo, meaning the protector, the provider, but it's also the leader, the strong person, the rock. In other words, not only you protect them, but you also know how to take care of them and how to guide them when need be. Sometimes your wife, your girlfriend comes home, oh, I had a really bad day at work, I'm so angry, Don't worry, honey. Let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do. In other words, give them a hug and you know how to take the stress out of them and to make them feel understood. And yeah, you spend 2 hours listening to what happened to them at the office and how unjust their boss is and this and that. Yeah. Then you give them a couple of words of wisdom, but you allow them to get it out of the system. And then at the end they say, oh, thank you for listening. I feel better. So in other words, you are the rock in the middle of tempest, in the middle of the hurricane. You are the lighthouse, They know where to go when they need guidance and stability. So, Leo, you just know what you're doing, okay? You know what you're doing. So, if someone isn't fully available to you as you are for them, see you later, alligator. You cannot waste your time. You cannot give 1,000% to someone who's giving you 80% or 60%. Nope. I want 200% or nothing. Not even 100%. I want 200%. Why? Because I'm giving you 1,000%. There you go. All right. Yes or no coin? Yes or no coin? Think of your question, Leo. It's a beautiful yes. There you go. Thank you so much, my dear Leo. Big hug.